Alright, yo, what is up, guys? Just gonna make a quick video about this calendar library I made recently, and mainly, you should probably use it in SwiftUI. So just a quick demo of what it actually does, right? So just like a normal calendar, you can scroll up and down to, go to the next month or previous month. And the one I made has a scroll back to today button. So you notice how today is June 27th. So today is highlighted. You can also click onto different dates to see, you can add whatever accessory view you want. This is just a demo, and you can scroll up and down. As you scroll out of the month that's not current, like you notice this button pops up. This is a scroll back to today button. So you can click the button and scroll back to today. So you can just keep scrolling. Pretty cool stuff. And there's two ways you can go to the year view. So if you want to switch to say March 2023 or something, right? Like you don't want to just keep scrolling down. So you can either get to the year view by clicking the month icon, which switches over to this side, and you can just scroll down to just March 2023. Or you can also drag. And what's really cool about this drag is it's not like you have to let go, right? Like you just drag a certain offset and it automatically goes to the next page, which is pretty dope. I don't see this function often in other libraries, and I think early cutoffs should really be included. So there's that. Yeah, you can just go to wherever. And also, if you switch to a year and you don't click anything, you just scroll back and you go back to the review, it'll scroll back to the current year, which is also pretty cool. And so you can also scroll back to today's year in the year view. And so that's just a quick demo of what it actually does. Hopefully you like it, and if you do, stay tuned because I'm gonna talk about the internals of the app. So basically what you see here is you might think this is a list in SwiftUI or maybe a custom table view or collection view, but it's not. It's actually pretty simple. So basically what's happening with this view is really this is just 3 pages. So right now you only see this page, and but I can tell you that there's actually 3 pages loaded, right? So let me just make this smaller if I can. So basically this is 1 page right now. So but what you don't see is that there is a page above it, and there's also a page below it, right? So above May would be April. So April is somewhere above this. And wow, nice to do this. April's above it. Fucking hell. All right, so April is above this, and then we have June below it, right? So, and basically what's happening is when I scroll down, right? So we have 3 pages. You have the month up here, month in the middle, month down here. So once I scroll to the month down here, basically what it does is it loads the next month. And so at May, when I scroll down to June becomes the middle month, and then May becomes this month up here when it's June, and then July is now the month down here. And that's all loaded after I finish scrolling. So this is why the scrolling is so smooth. Because if I did it during the scrolling, then the scrolling would be laggy. But I do it after the deceleration finishes, and so you don't see any sort of lag at all when you're scrolling. And so now basically at June, this month down here is not visible, but when you scroll down there, you can see it. And so basically these 3 months are always juggled. They're always juggled as you scroll up or down. And I think that's the beauty of the design of this. And if you want to check this out, right, I made this pretty generic. I made a library called Elegant Pages. You can find it on my GitHub. I'll link in the description. And so you can test this view out. It's pretty nice. It's pretty efficient as well, as long as you include 2 complex views. And so there's that. So this is the month view, and this button, right? So how do you implement this, right? And that's pretty simple too, right? Just depending on what month you're at. So I'm at April, and I want to scroll to June, right? Because June is today's month. How do I do that, right? Because you notice that it's scrolling down, right? Do you see that? It's scrolling down. If I'm at February. Like it scrolls down. So basically, if you know what month you're at, depending on like where it is from the current month, and we know the current month is below February, right? So basically, I simulate a scroll down animation. Right? I simulate a scroll down, but at the same time, I'm also resetting all the views, right? So basically, from February, I'm gonna scroll down, simulate the scroll down, but I'm also going to reset all the views, and so it looks like it's scrolling down to June, but it's actually only scrolling down like one page. But it's resetting all the pages simultaneously on the main thread, and so you don't really see all the animations that happen in between, and so it looks pretty smooth, right? Like that's the beauty of it. So as it scrolls down, it's resetting all the pages, and so it's May, June, July. Keep scrolling. Yeah, so if you read through the code, probably be much easier to understand. I could just show you the code actually. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, so let's talk about the year view. So this is just a scroll view, pretty simple. Made a wrapper of this scroll view, I believe. I don't even know what the fuck this is. Why is it called small month view? Okay, yeah. Yeah, so scroll view, so just a wrapper of UI scroll view because if you use Swift UI scroll view, you really can't customize it much. I could, dig into the actual internal UI scroll view that backs Swift UI scroll view, but it doesn't feel natural, and I don't think it's worth the effort. I think it's much easier just doing a, wrapper around UI scroll view, enable paging, and yeah, so basically this is just a UI scroll view with paging enabled, and that's really all there is to it. I'm in iOS 14 right now, so this is Xcode 12, and they have a lazy VStack, which I could implement with the yearly calendar, and I probably will in the future, but still want to support iOS 13 for now, so I probably won't do that. But basically what's happening now is when the app starts, right, like it's going to preload all of these years, which kind of sucks, right? Like I wish scroll view had loaded data on demand, which it doesn't. So yeah, this is pretty simple, just a scroll view. And so how does this drag gesture actually work? I can just show you the code actually. So all I've done is, so I'm using, another view from the library I wrote called Elegant Pages. And so really all this does is, this is literally just an age stack. So imagine this is an age stack. So this view is on the left and this view is on the right. And all I'm doing is tracking the drag gestures. And also this is a simultaneous gesture. So because we have the scroll view and then we have this list here, so it's just a gesture. The list gesture will take precedence, so I have to make it simultaneous, so I can actually calculate, whether or not the user's scrolling horizontally or not. So it's a simultaneous gesture, and basically what happens here is, can't get the code up, but when you're scrolling left, right, like how do you get the early cutoff? How do you make it end early? And so basically what I've done is pretty much modify the state during the drag itself, and on the main thread, of course. And you do that, and you reset the translation, but you decrement the index of like the actual the page view, and so it just scrolls back to page 0, and that's pretty much how it works. Pretty simple. What else can I talk about? I mean, yeah, that's it. That's that's really it. If you want to check out the source code, it's going to be in the description. So yeah, check that out. I gotta eat soon, so peace.